Hi everybody, and welcome to my office. I'm actually sitting at my desk. I'm working on our lesson for this week. So you know that for the month of November, we've been talking about gratitude. We've been using our Bible and looking at stories and verses that we can find that point us in the way of living a life of gratitude. And I have an awesome story to tell you today. And it got me thinking as I was sitting here working on it, it got me thinking about tables. Yeah, you're right, tables. And I bet you have a table in your house. I actually have two tables in my house. I have a table in my kitchen where my family eats like breakfast and dinner. And then we have a table in our dining room. And we don't use that table very often. We use it on special occasions. We use it when it's time to celebrate something. It's a big table. It has a whole lot of seats so we can fit a lot of people to come celebrate something. What are some of the things that we celebrate around tables? We celebrate like your birthday maybe, or Christmas, Easter. We're about to celebrate Thanksgiving around a table. And it made me realize that we have a table here at the church that we use for celebrations too. And I want to show you that table and tell you a little bit about what it's all about. So come with me. The Lord's table. This table is what we use for a special celebration that we call communion. Communion is a time that we reflect and remember Jesus and all of the things that he has done for us. It's a time of gratitude. It's a time that we remember and give thanks to Jesus for his entire life and all the things that he's done for us. Now, our Lord's table looks like this here at our church, but there are Lord's tables all over the world, and they're meant for everyone. They're meant to seat a ton of people because we want as many people as possible to come to the table and to remember Jesus. So let me read to you from 1 Corinthians, and we can hear what Paul has to tell the people in Corinth about this special celebration of communion. Listen to this. 1 Corinthians 11:23. On the night before the Lord was to be handed over to the enemies, he took bread. When he had given thanks, he broke it and he said, "This is my body, it's given for you. Every time you eat it, do it in memory of me." In the same way, after supper, he took the cup. He said, "The cup is the new covenant in my blood. Every time you drink it, do it in memory of me." You eat the bread and drink the cup, and when you do this, you are announcing the Lord's death until he comes again. That verse tells us that the night before Jesus is going to die, he's having dinner with his friends. And he's having dinner, and it's called Passover. Passover was another celebration that they celebrated for years. Thousands of years, Christians celebrated Passover. And the story of Passover comes all the way at the beginning of our Bible in the Exodus story. So let's take a look back. Before communion, there was Passover, and let's take a look about where the Passover celebration comes from. So if we go in our Bibles back to the Old Testament, to the book of Exodus, we will find the Exodus story. And that's where we will find Moses and Pharaoh, and they were kind of in a battle. Now Moses represented the Israelites. Now those were God's chosen people, remember? And Pharaoh represented the Egyptians, and the Egyptians had kept the Israelites as slaves for a long time, and the Israelites were trying to go free. And God and Moses worked together with Pharaoh to find a way for Pharaoh to just let the Israelites go, let the people go. And Moses and Pharaoh kept saying, no, 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 no. So God started sending all of these plagues. You may have heard this story. If you haven't, you need to go read it in Exodus because it's incredible. God sent all of these different plagues, plagues of flies and plagues of frogs and boils on their skin. Well, on the 10th plague, God said that the firstborn son of every household was going to die. But God had a way of sparing his people, of sparing the Israelite people, and he gave them instructions. He said, here's what I want you to do. I want you to take the blood from a goat and I want you to put it over your door. And when it comes time, if we see that blood of the goat over your door, then we will know that you are an Israelite family and your family will be spared. So that's what the Israelites did, but they had to do it really, really fast. Maybe the moms were like making bread, but they didn't have time to like let the bread rise and get puffy. They had to just take it and go because they had to flee in the night for their safety. So that when the death came over all of the Egyptians, it passed over the Israelite homes. So that is where we get the celebration of the Passover. And like I said, that started way back in the Old Testament. So for thousands of years, the Israelites and the Christian and the Jewish people have been celebrating the Passover, and they had this feast, and that is where we found Jesus with his disciples the night before he died. They were having a Passover celebration. But it didn't stop there. Jesus made it all come true for every single one of us, because what he said is, I'm about to die, but I'm going to do it for every single one of you. So every single time that you have this bread and every single time that you have this juice, I want you to remember me, and I want you to remember all of the things that God has done for our people. That's the point of this table. That's what this table is all about. And it's not just for me, and it's not just for you, it's for everybody. So that when we have this bread that's flat, and we know it's flat because that reminds us that way back in the Exodus story, they didn't have time to let their bread rise. They had to leave quickly, and so their bread was flat. We have this bread and we remember Jesus. We remember all of the things that he has done for us. And then when we have the juice, we remember the blood that Jesus shed on the cross for every single one of us. Jesus did all of this for us. And so that's like the ultimate thing that we have to be thankful for. So as we are talking about gratitude all month long, and we're celebrating all kinds of great things, whenever your family gathers around any table, whether it's this table or the table in your kitchen, or like me, if you have a table in your dining room that you only sit at for special occasions, no matter what you're celebrating, you can still give thanks and have gratitude to Jesus for all that he has done for us. That's what the table is for. That's what it's all about. See you guys next time. Have a great Thanksgiving.